wonderful Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and our live coverage. The NetCode ESports Mighty Midget season finale at Kern County. Shaping up to be pretty exciting. We've got a pretty good battle right now for our points lead. Billy Barros has a 16-point advantage over Bo Brandon and a 28-point advantage over Reed Brochard. That is for the 2023 B season title, the 10 races. But the 2023 Ironman title right now sits in the hands of Josh Gerlach, and Billy Barros is a mere 25 points back. So the two races tonight should settle all of that. We'll see if driver 38 can catch up and catch the driver you were just looking at there in the 71 for the overall title and hang on to his season title. There is Mr. Barros in the 38 car making some laps. 14 drivers have checked in for tonight's action. Do not forget, this is double features each and every week on Thursdays for the other. They'll take a little break, but that break will only be for a few weeks as they will get fired up again in January. I hope I don't slaughter it. Jalia Ann and Brent. Well, one on Facebook, the other on YouTube. Guys, doesn't matter where you're at. If you're on Facebook, come by the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page. Like, share, follow. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. Thursday nights will be quiet for a couple of weeks here. Probably till just after the Chili Bowl. And then you'll see all these midget drivers getting back at it. Getting ready for qualifying. Just a little over a minute. There's a good look at Gunnar Harris. And Gunnar Harris back in there. Doesn't show up every week, but man, when he does, he comes in, and he is a car that you got to watch for. Just struggling at this little track tonight, it looks like. Driver 54 maybe trying to find out what the track holds by sending it every lap until practice is over. You saw right in front of him, that was the 7 car of the Kiwi Conqueror, Craig Silby. Silby, a little random in his action this season. Former multi-night sweeper and season champion. So see what Mr. Silby does. There is Mr. Brandon in the 49 machine, and we'll be watching him in comparison to the 38 of Billy Barros. Those two drivers vying for that season title right now. And then Mr. Silby. Session number 1 about to get underway, qualifying. We'll do our heat race and we'll go straight to our feature. Then session 2 be a very minor little break. We won't even shut the stream down. We'll just keep things going. Fingers are crossed that we have figured out maybe what is going on with the overlays, and we might have that fixed. So hopefully all of our scoring and timing will stay live for us this evening. Did a little test last night for about 45 minutes, and nothing acted up after I made a couple of adjustments. So we will see how it goes, but I don't know. It's electronics. It's internet. There's all kinds of things that can go wrong, and seems like for us it happens to go wrong at the wrong times. Drivers making their way onto the track. Reed Brochard, the 93 car. Actually, one of the first. I'm with the government. Everything is okay. It's in the mail. Actually, I'm going to try to mail it out Saturday morning for you, buddy. I haven't gotten confirmation that my man got his stuff yet. So, I told you, hostage until, there's an exchange. A little tiny dancer in here. I'm holding his hot cold cup hostage until our champion from the Big Block Modified Series on Monday nights gets his piece of hardware. Right now, Steven Spies, 14:33, quickest out there. Let's go watch Tebow Brandon. Brandon, under timing and scoring. First lap, pretty slow. 1700ths off. Gunnar Harris now second quick. Craig Silby on track. There's Gunnar Harris to the top, 14:30, new quick qualifier in the 54 machine. I told you guys, when he shows up, he shows out. Looks like Silby's fifth quick right now. J.D. Laird, the 23 car. New skin on the 23. I like that. Waste management machine looks pretty good. It looks like Laird's struggling a little down 3 and 4. His first lap going to go on the board at 14:70. That's good for 13th quick. He needs to really pick it up right here. Now, he usually races better than he qualifies anyway, so. Second time around, 14:61. Does not move him a bit. And we'll get ready for heat number 1. Lineup's up there, but we'll make it official right here. It's going to be the 38. Your points leader on the pole for heat number 1. And he'll have the Kiwi Conquer in the 7 car on his outside. Row 2, Steven Spies, the 55 inside. Next 2. Your quick qualifier for the evening in the 54, that's Gunnar Harris. Third row inside, Tebow Brandon, one of the drivers. Yeah, so both drivers that are vying for the season title in this first heat race, and heat points do make a difference. But he will start inside row number 3 in the 49, and then the 81 of Mike Geppert on his outside. And on the back, we watched him in his qualifying 23 car of J.D. Laird. All 7 drivers have made their way to the racing surface. We'll get a pace lap around here and then dump that pace truck off and get ready to fire up heat number 1. 2 heats this evening, just 2. Everybody's going to the feature. Yeah, Scotty, I got to get some round wrapping paper is what I got to do so that I can get it wrapped up correctly and get it chipped off to you. I'll probably just end up taking it to the shipping store and telling the guy that owns the place, hey, I got more stuff going out. Can you wrap this and send it to this guy? And he'll get you taken care of. All right, pace truck is out of the way. It is time for the green flag here to close out the season. 2023B season for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midgets. We're underway. Barros, good jump. From that front row, Silby trying to go from the outside to the inside and put pressure right away. Didn't make it happen. There's the guy that's going to put the pressure on these guys. A 54 car of Gunnar Harris. Round the top he goes. Going to pull up alongside Silby. Battles for second right now. Harris is going to have the advantage momentarily. Down the front stretch, he's got cleared by a car over Silby. Barros got a little out of shape. Brought everybody back. They all had to check. Now there's contact between Harris and Silby, and that's going to cost Silby another spot. Spies gets by on the high side. Here comes Tebow Brandon. That high side really starting to come in early in this one. The bottom not doing quite as well. Now Brandon into the 4 spot, moves Silby back to about 6 as J.D. Laird goes topside. And Silby takes the car into the infield, brings it back out. I think he lost control of that for a second. Really had to drive it up onto the berm down there. We're coming around to 3 to go. Half a second between Barros and Spies. Gebhardt is up to 3rd. There was a problem with Brandon and Silby. I think that's what caused Brandon and Silby to go back a little ways. Harris and Laird now both out. We must have missed an incident. J.D. Laird, Tebow Brandon, and Gunnar Harris all had contact. So we missed an incident behind as we stayed green. We're coming around to the white flag this time. That's going to be Barros. We'll real quickly go check that caution. As soon as we watch Billy Barros get out of 3 and 4, he's coming to the checker. Spies closing right in. Can Barros hang on? Yes, he does. Barros wins at Spies second. Gebhardt, Silby, Brandon Harris, and Laird. Let's go back. Take a quick look here. Oh, it's going to swap and going to kick us out. I think what happened was Harris went in a little bit lower and Spies went way high. Those two may have had slight contact, and then it just started a chain reaction. So, heat 2, gridding out on the front stretch, going to be Austin O'Neill, the 1 car on the pole with Reed Brochard. Brochard has had a really good season. Started off like a house of fire, has cooled off a little bit these last few races. But the 93 starting outside row number 1. Next to him, the 71. That's going to be, or inside row number 2, excuse me. Josh Gerlach is in that 71 car. Then David Krikorian, 66 on his outside. It'll be the 13 of Wayne Anelski on the inside of row number 3 with Ace Bodenhammer in the 14 on his outside. And your final driver scheduled to be in the heat. I don't see him. That's supposed to be Josh Kosick, but I do not see the 22 car anywhere around. So they must have issues, and he is not going to make the heat race. O'Neill shows 1 on the scoring pile, but it looks like the double aces on the nose of that car. It looks like a little Christmas action going on there. A little red and green. We'll get things ready to go. Pace truck will jump off right here outside of turn number 1. There he goes. So the guys will pace around and fire off. Teammates maybe back here because looks like Bodenhammer also sporting that festive holiday paint colorings. Out of 4. Coming around, catch the green flag right here. There you go on the hammer. And the green flag in the air. Way to the outside, went up into the fluff, was able to get a drive off. I'll tell you who you're going to watch here. 71 car of Gerlach. I don't know if he was watching the race in front of him, but that bottom really wasn't there. You can't go in there and bike it up and expect to do well, but he's going to give it a shot. Gets the car set close to the bottom left front tire, up on the berm, helping the car turn, finding some tack right there. And he is staying just right beside Brochard, and the 93 now gets a launch out of 2 and clears Brochard, but I think Brochard's going to be able to fight back. That high side has really been good. You lift the front tires, you got to pedal it. Now he's going to give up the spot. I'm telling you, I don't think the bottom's the way to go around here, honestly. 1 and 2, you're good. 3 and 4, very, very dangerous. O'Neill already building a half-second lead with these two battling side by side. It looks like Gerlach has an advantage down here in 1 and 2 on the bottom, but Brochard just has too much going around the outside. Brochard ahead every single lap. These three have broken away from Krikorian, Anelski, and Bodenhammer. We're going to come around. Austin O'Neill out in front. He's going to come out of turn number 4. White flag in hand for our starter. One more time around for heat number 2. Nice little sideline. Took the right rear real close to the fence right there. He'll enter high, stay high, get some drive off. O'Neill wins heat number 2. Brochard second. Gerlach hangs on for third around the bottom. Then Krikorian, Anelski, Bodenhammer behind that. Whoa, easy there, Mr. Krikorian. No need to get crazy. All right, drivers, going to have just a moment. They'll come out, start warming up. As they start to roll out, we'll put the camera on somebody, but we're going to turn the sound down just a touch for the cars. You guys may not hear a whole lot of the car. I'll try to keep it where you can hear some, but we want to talk to a couple of these drivers, so I'm going to grab them both. I'm going to bring them in here. Billy, Bo, you guys there?
Hey, Roger.
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, it's a battle right now for the 2023 B Championship. You two are the only two really in that deal. I mean, 46 points or whatever it is quite a ways to make up. You guys are within just a few. Billy Barros, what's it going to take to hold off Bo Brannon? And then, Bo, I'm going to come right back and ask you, what are you going to have to do to catch Billy for the title? So, Billy, what do you think? What's it going to take? You won your heat to start things off.
Yeah, I did the best I could there. Had not the best qualifying and got pretty lucky that it worked out for the invert, though. So I'm happy with that and just kept my head down and hit my marks and stayed out front. And it sounds like I'm starting on pole for the feature. So the best possible start to this thing I could get. Let's see if I can hang on to it and see what happens.
Yeah, it looks like, and the heat race points count, so there's a little bit more of a cushion there. There's some fast guys going to be trying to chase you down from behind, and Bo is one of them. What's the track look like right now, and what do you think you're going to have to do to hold these guys off?
Hey, let's. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Billy. I thought that question was for me.
No, I'm coming to you.
Yeah, Bo, please.
No, I'm coming. Billy, the question was for you, Bo. I'm going to come to you, and I'm going to ask you the same exact things. So,
I think the track's looking pretty interesting. I think the trick is figuring out where to get it to stick into turn one, especially on this first start, and maybe not cause a choke up behind me. It looks like maybe the top's a little quicker around 3-4 right now, but yeah, that's the thing about being out front is I just kind of have to pick and commit to it and hope it works out. And I'll definitely be looking for and expecting that 49 car to approach from the back, so I'll be keeping an eye on that all race.
all right. So quickly before I go on to Bo, you think you can get enough points to make the second show a victory lap? I know he's sitting right there. I know he can hear you, but do you think you can do it? Billy, I'm talking to you, buddy.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I'm zoned out a little bit here. Just getting ready for the feature. Yeah, that's more than possible. This place is so tricky. It's so tight on the exit of 4. Anything could happen. A bigger field than we've had the last week or two also, so there's a bit more risk for falling further behind than you expect. But like I said, my whole goal is just to put my head down, hit my marks, and see what happens. Looking in front, not behind.
All right, man. Good luck. Bo, what's it going to take for you to catch up? Because you are behind and you're a little more behind after the heat races. So what's it going to take for you to catch up, knowing that he's starting way out in front of you?
Yeah, it feels like it's looking a little grim at this point. I think my rough napkin math is telling me I need to beat Billy by 6 total positions tonight. So it could be 3 in this one and 3 in the next one, as long as I get him by about 6 positions. So that feels like a tall order when I'm starting. I don't even know where I'm starting right now, but it's not in the front 3 rows or so. So, yeah, it's. I don't really think I have much of a shot if he's gonna, be able to be out front. I need him to either get into some trouble and to avoid all the trouble. But at this point, I think that's about all I can hope for at this point.
A lot of fast guys between you and him, and so I'm going to ask you.
Right.
I ask him, what's it going to take for you to take a victory lap in the second one and get him way back there? What will it take for you to keep him from having a victory lap in session number 2?
Yeah, I got to make up a lot of ground. I got to make up a lot of ground quickly and just stay out of trouble. And that's going to be a tall order on a track like this. It gets pretty narrow, and there's a lot of fast cars between he and I. So it feels like a tall order right now. But hey, there's no glory unless there's a challenge, right? So looking forward to it, excited, and we'll see how we go.
Well, it wouldn't be as much fun for the fans if it wasn't nearly, really super exciting as we get down to the end of these guys. I'm going to wish you both good luck. Keep the rough side down, and hopefully we get to talk to both of you at the end of this thing.
Thanks, Roger. Good luck, Bo. Just want to say that before we start, man. It's been an honor racing with you all season. Looking forward to how this turns out.
Likewise, Billy. It's always good to race with fast guys who are clean. So good luck to you as well.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Thanks for chatting with us, and good luck out there. We'll talk to you soon. That's Billy Barros, your points leader, Tebow Brandon. The chase vehicle. That's what we're going to call him tonight. He's the chase vehicle. So they are going to start it like this. Your 2 heat race winners, Billy Barros, Austin O'Neill in the front row, then Spies and Brochard in row 2. Gebhardt and Gerlach making up a row 3. Silby and Krikorian in row 4. Brandon inside row number 5 with Wayne Anelski. Gunnar Harris and Ace Bottenhammer in row number 6. And your final row for this evening, J.D. Laird and Josh Cossack. I don't think we're going to see the 22 of Cossack at all. Have not seen him in his heat. Do not see him on this grid as they start to roll away. So we're going to have 13 cars for this thing. It's going to be interesting. 49 car of Brandon, long ways back. And he really has a lot to make up. Now, what could help him is a couple of these guys up front, like O'Neill, Brochard, Gerlach, They could all race to the front. I mean, the 54 car. Where did he go? Oh, Gunnar Harrison. He's going to the back, so it may take a little while. I was going to say, all those guys to pass Barros and move him back and get him closer. And then that helps Brandon out quite a bit. So we're just going to have to see. It's all up to Barros now. It's in his hands. It's his championship to lose. Feature number 1 about to get underway. It's good to see you, Adam. Sorry, my wife interrupted me and gave me tropical smoothie. Oh, I love her.
Green flag, green flag.
Feature number 1 underway. Green flag in the air. 30 laps the distance. Barros gonna lead lap number 1, holding off O'Neill, but Spies was working to the inside there. Just didn't have enough to get up alongside and complete the pass. And I told you guys in the heats, it looks like the top side in 3 and 4 is the place to be, the bottom in 1 and 2. And you're going to have a couple of catfish down there. Craig Silby, the Kiwi Conqueror, working the bottom. He and Josh Gerlach nose to tail for a second right there. And you can see the different lines for these drivers as they come by. Now O'Neill tried to hold off Spies as he went to the bottom, was able to do so. Barros out in front half a second. He's really just running pretty perfect line. Took it right near the fence in 1 and 2. Didn't get up into it. He's got the right rear right at the fluff in 3 and 4. Car is sitting nice and straight. It's not getting out of shape. There it goes. Got a little out of shape on the entry there, but he got it right back. And he is building. He is driving away from these guys. He's built out to 6/10.
All right, man.
And caution for the first time, Gebhard and Bodenhammer. Oh, that can't be all the way back there. No, we're not going clear back there. It's my fault. I did not let it keep advancing what was going on. We're going to watch Bodenhammer. Ooh, he's kind of blinky. Up high. Oh, yep. There's your caution, folks. I don't think he whacked it hard enough to do a lot to it, but he whacked it hard enough to get up in the air 360 it. He landed it, but he'll end up moving to the back, and we'll get a good restart here. Barros, O'Neill, Spies, Silby, Brochart, Gerlach, Krikorian, Brannon, Harris, Anelski, Laird, Gebhard, and then Bodenhammer back there. Looking, and Brandon has made up 1 spot. He has got to come a little further forward if he intends to keep Mr. Barros from making a victory lap out of session number 2 tonight. Pace truck's out of the way. Green flag about to be displayed one more time. Barros,
green.
Good jump. Got a good start. Slider line the first time by. 1 and 2. He'll go clear to the top in 3 and 4, and he's going to be able to hang on to lead. Here comes Craig Silby. Silby has already worked up to a battle for second. He is third right now, and he is making the bottom work, and now he's going to go for the lead. Craig Silby's going to squirt by on the bottom. He has found something down there in the 7 car, and your new leader, 7 laps in. The Kiwi Conqueror, Craig Silby. Now Barros under fire again. O'Neill saw what Silby did on the bottom. He goes immediately catfishing around, and so does Spies. As Barros is trying to hang on. Gunnar Harris now up to 7th. He and Brandon side by side battling. Brandon needs to dispatch that or get in behind and follow around. There goes Silby up on the curb. Silby's going to fall back to 5th. He got the car out of shape. Lost the spot back to Barros. O'Neill 2nd. Spies 3rd. Gerlach now working the bottom, and he is coming through. All right, man, he is really up on the curbing right there. Got that car off kilter, but it was hooking up and making the run, and now goes by Spies, moving him to 3rd. Barros still out front, 0.6 of a second, has gotten back into his rhythm. O'Neill running the bottom, trying to do what Silby did, and he's got the car way too far up on the curbing. Barros, 0.7 of a second. The battle right now for the final podium spot. Now Gerlach fires out in front of Spies. Spies drives it deep into 3 and 4, takes it all the way to the fence. Will he have the momentum on the straightaway to get by? Not that time. Oh, nicked the fence there. This might be a problem. He's really got the car out of shape. He's going to give up several spots. He goes all the way back to 9th from battling for 3rd. Silby and Brandon now nose to tail. Silby 4th, Brandon 5th. Brandon is starting to figure out the bottom might be working here, and he takes the 49 car right up against the curb. Trailing through. He has got to make up 4 more spots. It needs to be in front of the 38 car. We're halfway home. Woo, Gunnar Harris fitting a spoon where a butter knife should be as he just pushed his way past Brochart right there up against the fence. Now he's going to go around Brandon, and I'll tell you what, fastest car on the track, Gunnar Harris. He is flying on the outside, and he's doing it at both ends of the track. He's got that thing up in the fluff, and it is making hay coming forward. He's closing in on Silby for 3rd. If this stays green, there's a chance the 54 car started at the back, came a little forward, went a little back. Let's get the drone cam out and follow the 54 car around here. Right out in the fluff, and he is really making time right now. Silby in 4th, and Harris is trying to get it. I saw Gerlach do the slider line. I don't know if Josh Gerlach is right where he wants to be right now, but he knows the bottom is going away and the top is where it's at. Slider line for him. Harris is going to have a run down the backstretch, and he should close right in. Meanwhile, Barros out to 1.7 seconds over O'Neal, and you can see O'Neal right here in front of Harris. We're inside 10 to go, going to be 8 this time, and Harris is going to surge out in front of the 71 of Josh Gerlach, move him to 3rd. Harris on the move, been the fastest car the last half dozen laps. O'Neal still 2nd. He is working the bottom. He's 1.5 seconds. He's clipped off 0.2 of a second in the last 3 laps. Just cannot get any closer, but I'll tell you who's getting closer and closer. That is Gunnar Harris in the 54. I think he's going to run out of time to catch the leader, but he may make a battle out of this for 2nd. Billy Barros still has the car on the perfect angle. He is just running very smooth laps. He's a couple tenths slower than Gunnar Harris, but he's got enough of a lead, and he's really just got to be smooth here, and he's going to win feature number 1. Battle's shaping up for 2nd as Harris is there now. We're 4 to go. Harris got the good run through the center, closed in, but O'Neal has the top covered. Now Harris with the slider in 3 and 4. Can O'Neal fight back? Not enough there. Harris is 2nd. He's got 2 seconds to make up in 3 laps. I don't think it's possible. Silby still 4th and Gerlach 5th. Here comes the slider. He parked it right on his nose. It didn't do much. Slowed Harris down for a brief second. That's a good battle between O'Neal and Harris, and now O'Neal has a big advantage. But it is all Billy Barros to the white flag. 1 and 2, nice and smooth. Here he comes through 3 and 4. And your points leader going to pick up the win in feature number 1, extend his lead. Billy Barros going to victory lane. Austin O'Neal 2nd. Gunnar Harris 3rd. Craig Silby 4th. Josh Gerlach 5th. Bo Brandon in 6th. So now he'll have to, Bo Brandon that is, he'll have to look for Barros to have a bad 2nd feature, maybe crash out early, and then he'll probably have to go on to win if he is going to win the championship. So we'll wait for Mr. Harris. We're going to get Barros. There's Austin O'Neill. We're going to get him. We'll wait just a minute because Gunner's usually pretty good about coming in. And just like that, there he is. Let's talk to him quickly. Gunner Harris, you got a copy?
Yep.
All right, man. You made a hell of a run through the field when you got up there to O'Neill. You guys got into a pretty good battle, man. What does it look like out there, and how much fun was it carving your way through traffic?
It was all right. Yeah, I just wish I was didn't flip there in the heat. Wish we had a yellow because I think I could have had a pretty good shot at winning that deal, but I know I was like 2/10 faster than the later ones. So like when I had a clean track ahead of me when people weren't throwing sliders on my nose and stuff. But other than that, yeah, it's all right, I guess.
Well, can you come in and keep Mr. Barros from sweeping in feature number 2?
Yeah, I think we can win that one if we're just up front. But you know, it's racing, anything can happen. I'll probably stick it in the fence on my own doing. But yeah, man, thanks to these guys for putting the league on and you for broadcasting. Hopefully we'll talk to you again.
All right, man. We'll look forward to seeing what you can do in feature number 2. Thanks for chatting with us.
Thanks.
Gunner Harris finished in the 3rd right there. Now, let's get ready to move on and talk to our 2nd place driver. Got to make an adjustment right here. And there we go. Now maybe we can get down here. There we go. Oh, let's see if we can get... There, we get a little better angle on it. Austin O'Neill, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, heck of a run. You chased that 38 car pretty much the entire feature, and then the last handful of laps there, you and the 54 put on quite a show. Tell us about those last handful of laps.
Yeah, I thought I got a decent enough free start after the yellow and was hoping I could stay there with Billy, and I kept making too many mistakes, and he was pretty much perfect all 31 laps, and you know, he got out to about a straightaway on me, and I was just kind of content with the riding for the last 10, 15 laps of the race, and thought I was out all by myself. I didn't really hear anybody, and then like with 5 to go, I heard somebody behind me, and they were running the top, obviously, and like I better move off the bottom if I wanted to stay in 2nd, and I definitely, my pace fell off a lot faster than I really anticipated it doing, and Gunner raced me pretty clean. I hope I didn't make too much contact with him on my side. I know it was pretty close, but yeah, I just caught him at the right time and broke his momentum right, and luckily came off with 2nd, but definitely did not need the 31 lap feature. Definitely needed to be 30 to kind of make that a little easier.
Well, an awesome run, man. You're gonna come back in session number 2 and then try to keep Mr. Barros from making the sweep tonight.
I'll try. I don't know. It's going to take a lot from me to keep that from happening, but it should be pretty interesting to see what happens. We got 40 laps, so an extra 9 laps to see what the track's going to do, and see if I can pull any tricks out of my sleeve.
All right, man. Give me a couple of shout-outs real quick, and we'll let you get to session number 2.
Yeah, I want to thank AB Squared Incorporated, Mr. Wang, and Dr. Mary J. Associates, the 7-Eleven Memorial Fund, Bammers Towing, and the Big Les Show featuring Sassy the Sasquatch.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing what you can do in session number 2.
Thank you.
Austin O'Neill, your 2nd place finisher in feature number 1, and now he was the points leader coming in. He wins his heat. He wins the feature, and he's built a pretty good lead going into the final race of the season, man. Kind of a victory lap here. Session number 2. We can expect more of the same out of the 30. It looks like you've been spending some time on this track.
Yeah, man, that's music to my ears hearing you say that. Hey, I put in a lot of practice laps this week, and it paid off for me, man. I tell you, I'm so happy, so grateful to everyone that it was a pretty clean, caution-free race there, except for the one. And like I said, being out front, I have no idea where the fast line is, no idea what's going on behind me, so just trying to find the grip and stay out of the wall, and nobody caught me, and the white flag came out, and man, it feels good.
Well, Craig Silby got up there for just a moment before he made a mistake. You had no idea he was coming.
No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, he got by me on the bottom, and in that moment, I was even saying to myself, you know what, he can have it. I just want to bring this thing home on the podium if I can. And then, yeah, he made that mistake, and I feel bad for Craig, but I will take that gift back to the lead any day.
Well, 5 spots behind you, Bo Brandon, and so that's going to extend you out a little ways. Are we going to go into protect mode here, or are we going to go out there and go after another win?
We're gonna go try to do it again, Roger. Let's see if we can get 2 of these tonight.
And put a big stamp on the season by sweeping the finale, right?
Exactly. No better way.
All right, give me some shout-outs and thank yous. We'll let you head to session number 2.
Yeah, thank you, Roger, as always, for covering this. Absolutely love the broadcasts and appreciate you. Thanks to Josh and Robert for putting these things on every week.
All right, man. Good luck in session number 2. Congrats on session number 1. See if you can wrap up the championship here in just a few moments.
Sounds good.
Billy Barros, winner in feature number 1. That extends his points lead. He put on a show out there. He made the 30, and he was smooth. It looked like he was in control every second of the way. Well, let's take a quick look at our results. Barros, O'Neill, and Harris, 1, 2, 3. Silby was 4th, Gerlach 5th. Brandon in 6th. Spy 7th. Brochard 8th. 9th was Anelski. Krikorian in 10th. 11th, J.D. Laird. Bodenheimer in 12th, 13th Gebhardt, and Josh Koshik gets scored as our 14th and final driver. Session number 1 in the books for the finale. Getting ready to head over to session number 2. We got a couple of quick things we got to do. We're going to put up a cute little screen here. We'll give you guys a little bit of tunage to sit and enjoy. And when we come back, the final session of the season. Champion to be crowned at the end. I think now it's going to be basically a wreck out, and Brandon probably going to have to win, or very close to that. Probably something like 10, 11 spots. So see what we get for drivers, see what we get out of our 2 championship contenders. I can tell you that the gap closed a little bit for the Ironman, and I will try to find out from Mr. Josh between sessions how close the Ironman got, so that we know where that stands going into the very final race. But for now, you guys can sit back, enjoy a little Tiger Blood Jewel, and we will be back momentarily. We'll get the overlays up as quickly as we can. They seem to be updating. When I went to close them to restart them, they decided that it was time. I knew something was happening before because they kept cutting out on previous broadcasts, so thought I had that fixed. Apparently they were getting ready to pop an update on us, and well, this is sometimes what happens. We're going to do the best we can, knowing who's who, to probably fire this off old school. Have to shut off between sessions, otherwise they no longer communicate with one another, and what we show you isn't what you get to see, so I really hate that. I'll just go away then. So we're waiting. The drivers are having a little chat before qualifying. I know for sure that this is not going to do what I want it to, unfortunately. All right, sorry, I was communicating back and forth there with our race control people, letting them know what the situation is. This just seems to just be absolutely hanging right now. It's just not doing anything. And I can't shut it off. And even if I did, I don't think the overlays would work correct. I think we're going to do this old school, old fashioned. I'm just going to have to guess. I may have to pop this up every once in a while just to switch cars, which kind of sucks. I hate that everybody has to see all that. But until that thing updates itself and we can restart the overlays correctly, I don't know. I must have settings set that once I shut it down and restart it, if there's an update, it automatically. I believe it didn't do it the first time I started it. Or maybe it did. Maybe that's why it was working right. Well, let's watch it read a brochure here. Go out for qualifying. We'll put those up again here in a second so we can see who's where. I don't know if anybody can read those or not. It's good to see Cole in the chat. Reed Broshart, first time around, 1384. Quick qualifier gets bumped immediately by the Session 1 winner and your points leader, who almost mathematically eliminated the competition in feature number 1. He goes 1381. 1370 for Bo Brannon. Brannon, very quick out there. Let's go see. Is Gunnar Harris on track? He surely is. 1370, a tenth quicker than Barros. Barros has to crash out, and Brandon has to win for this to even be viable for Brandon to win the championship. 14:03, lap 1 for Harris. Harris out of 3 and 4. Final time around. Clips the line 14:12, and he slowed down on lap 2. So Steven Spies 13:66. Whoa. What a lap for the 55 car. He'll be quick qualifier for round number 2 tonight. There's Daniel, also in the chat. Well, they're about halfway through their updating process. Hopefully by the time we get done with heat races or something, we'll know. So we'll wait till the session ends. We'll watch and see who gets lined up in heats 1 and heat 2. I hate even having to do it this way, but I do not have a choice. The new graphics updates do look pretty good. Everything is pretty clear. There's a lot more texture to the tracks. Everything does look pretty clean and pretty clear right now, so I'm very happy about that, but still not happy about how these overlays are acting. So just have to wait and see. About 5 seconds. They're going to advance the session here. It'll do it automatically. We will take the top 8 out of qualifying. They'll go straight to the feature. Everybody else will be left for one heat race. This will decide how they will start in the last 3 rows for the feature. Gebhardt on the pole, Bodenhammer row 2, Gerlach, or second place. He'll start outside row 1. Gerlach will start inside row 2 next to Harris, and then Anelski will be our final starter in. This 10-lap little heat race here. Oh, where's the clicker? So I can count the heat laps. So Gebhardt on the pole, Bodenhammer to the outside, Gerlach row 2 with Harris, and Nelski. And Harris just really not having an awesome run tonight. Finished 3rd in the first feature and drove his way hard from the back. This is Capital Security number 81. About to get things going here. Kind of a wonky little start. Green flag in the air. Bodenhammer with the wheel stand up the backstretch. Gerlach checked up coming out of 2. Here comes Gunnar Harris. Gerlach's 4th, Anelski 3rd. Harris comes off the wall, gets into Anelski. Completely overdrove the corner. Got the car out of shape, came to, whoa, biked and flipped right there. That's going to change things up a little bit for Gebhardt. Gebhardt goes to the pits. Gerlach is 2nd. Bodenhammer out in front. I've lost count of. Now we're working lap number 4. 3 down, 7 to go. Hopefully we can get things going before we get to the feature. Otherwise, this will be really fun for us. But we're going to cover it no matter what. Now, move for the lead. Josh Gerlach off the bottom. Bodenhammer made a run. Just couldn't get clear. I think his car was still kind of moving around on him. Harris right behind. Oh, and Harris into the fence now as Bodenhammer got out of shape. 1 and 2's got a couple slick spots in it. It's going to all be Harris. 6 in, 4 to go, and Harris all the way out out in front. He's got a pretty sizable lead right here, 3.5 seconds. Bodenhammer's still second. Harris is third. Then Gebhardt and Nelski getting things repaired so they can get out here for the feature in a little bit. Gerlach coming around. 2 to go, the signal. He'll get the white flag the next time out of 4. There's the white flag, and he's got 3.8 seconds over Bodenhammer, who just flashes across the line, make it 4.1 seconds that time. Harris has already taken it into the work area. He'll be third. But your winner for the semi-feature, Josh Gerlach, Ace Bodenhammer, Gunnar Harris, Mike Gebhardt, Wayne Anelski in that order. Hopefully these things are going to go the rest of the way through. I do not know, folks. But Gunnar Harris jumps in the chat and said, what a performance from Gunnar Harris. Well, Gunnar, you know, different track. Threw you for a loop. Let's just go with that. Just come out here and drive through the field in the feature and put on a show for the folks. I do not think this thing is going to update quick enough. We are going to have to do this the hard way, guys. We just sent the message across. We'll see if they go ahead and advance it. We'll know here in just a minute. For whatever reason, it's kind of hung it up. He's probably going to tell you, let's just go ahead and save the equipment and, you know, do what you can. It was a good run in the first one. You went to the back and made your way too close to the front. Had a good battle going for second. So it looks like we're going to advance. We're going to get this thing going. This is 40 laps.
flag, green flag. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Green, green, green. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Green, green, green. Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out. flag, green flag. All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out. Green, green, green.
There we go. Now we're going to have something here for the end, folks.
Yeah. Terrible driver behind the wheel too. We just track wise or what? Oh, track wise, I don't know why we don't run it in a little bit more, and then we'd slick off the top, and then you'd be able to roll the bottom too. But that's why I'm not an admin, I guess. But yeah, I don't know, just pretty dominant one line, and you just kind of hold it to the floor, and that was about it. That's why everybody gets so spread out. But other than that, I just need to be better. And if I if I won, I'd be telling you the track was great. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it is what it is. Started 11th both of them and finished third both of them. So yeah, just gotta do better. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I heard something about like an entry fee or something like that. So if it's a money race, I'll for sure. Uh, or if it's a money league, I'll for sure run it. I just there's another sprint car league that runs at the same time, and it was these guys' the season finale, and I think Kern's probably one of the best midget tracks when it's nice and slick. But so that's why I joined this instead. But yeah, man, if it's a fixed money league, I'll for sure run it. But other than that, I just yeah, man, we went to the back twice there. I got up to third, and then they racked in front of me, and I had nowhere to go. And if I didn't hit that car, then I would have been in fifth. But then I had to go all the way back. But no more excuse. You just need to do better. Like thank you guys and you for broadcasting these guys for putting on the league. I got no sponsors, no team, no nothing. I just just happy to be here, I guess. Well, not really happy to be here to run third, but you know what I mean. All right, man. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be honest, I was, I guess, pretty nervous the last when I got the lead from Craig, and I knew that if I wasn't, exactly perfect every lap, I probably wasn't going to win the race, and there was quite a few opportunities where I wasn't, and got lucky and had enough breathing room, and I could hear somebody behind me for like the last half of the race, and I wouldn't take a peek down my relative to see who it was, and the race was over, and I looked down and seen it was Billy, and I was no surprise there. He was pretty much the class of the field tonight. He and Craig were, and I guess to hold him off was a pretty cool accomplishment tonight. First race of my first race with the series, being the last one, a second, a first, and I'll take it. I just wish I could improve my qualifying effort a little bit. Starting deep and having to rely on an invert is not the way I want to do things. I hope so. I was really hoping to run some more races with them this year, and schedules just didn't really align. And tonight was the golden night to do it, and I was excited to join the series, but disappointed to see it had one race left in it. But it was pretty cool to see that they do double features, and I got to run 2 nights with them. But yeah, I hope my schedule's a little cleaner for next year, and I can run the whole season and try and give Billy and Josh a run for a championship. Yeah, pretty much the same that you heard from me earlier. AB Squared Incorporated, Mr. Wang and Dr. Marie J. Associates. I forgot Marlboro earlier. Let's see, Bammer's Towing, the 7-Eleven Memorial Fund, and then the Big Les Show on YouTube featuring Sassy the Sasquatch. It's been a pleasure working with all of those people this year. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Roger. That's probably my best night on here, and man, what a perfect night to do it. Yeah, the start of that feature, being in the third row, I was playing it safe a little bit, gave up a spot or two, was lucky to get him back under caution, and just kind of learning the line, learning traffic a little bit, and made my way slowly to the front. And I definitely felt like I had the pace for Austin. I mean, congratulations to him. He drove a perfect race there, and I just had nothing, really couldn't get by. There was one moment I was running the top through 3 and 4 the entire time, and he was exploring a little bit, and I had such a big run and didn't expect him to check up where he did, and I tapped him coming down the front straight. That was with maybe 10 to go, and at that point I backed off a little bit and said, hey, I don't need to wreck both of us, but I'll see if I can, put half a second between us and then start running my line again and get close again. Just wasn't quite enough. Oh, he let me know. It really does. You know, not to take anything away from the Iron Man. I did want that too, just to be clear. But if I had to pick between the two of them, I would take this season championship any day. I've been running with these guys for 2 years. Got to know a lot of them really, really well. Some really great racing every night, and man, it feels so good to be finally on top of one of these things. Yeah, thanks, Roger. Thank you again, seriously, for all that you do. Look forward to hopefully talking to you again on some more podiums next season. Thanks to Robert and Josh for putting this thing together, and a big congratulations to Josh again on getting me in the Ironman. That's the year long, the battles that he and I had, the rough start to the year that both he and I had. It's pretty amazing that we were so close at the end. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. That's to say the least. I finally showed some speed, I guess, towards the end of the year, but man, it was rough to start, and you know, I joke I have to be here every week, so I'm kind of already in the running for this, but consistency for me definitely paid off. But I was telling Billy before we got in here, it's like, man, he went on a tear in the second half of the season, and he earned the championship. Unfortunately for him, it's the one point short. And honestly, if I think Steven got in the fence down the backstretch on the last lap, if that doesn't happen, he's the champion. So I'd lucked into this tonight, you know, plain and simple, but I'll take it. Yeah, we do, and well, actually, we're probably going to talk about next year here after a bit too. But it's kind of modeled to kind of be like the season-long World of Outlaws or like USAC, where you see a large volume of races that get counted towards a one season champion. We ended up racing close to 50, and we did allow for drops. I think the drop total ended up being around 4 or 6, kind of accounting for about two a month, since that's or two a season, I guess, since that's similar to what we have in our normal A and B seasons. But yeah, it's something that haven't really seen a lot on dirt. You can kind of see it in the asphalt series where they mimic the NASCAR season, and you have like a 30 some race season for the championship. So thought we'd introduce that this year to try to incentivize guys to show up every week and if they can, and we did. And if you would have told me at the beginning of this calendar year that we were going to have our year long championship come down to the last lap and be decided by 1 point, I would not have believed you. Yeah, I mean, I know that our model's kind of changing for next year a little bit from the way we've been doing things up until this point. But you know, I would put, you know, on a week-to-week basis our driver base up against anybody. You know, I feel like we have anywhere from like 4 to 6 guys that could win every race each week. And you know, as a league admin, that's all I can ask for. We had some bumps and bruises here, like any league does, where we had some rough races, but the core group that we have here is great. They race with respect and have a good time after the races too, and you know, like shooting the breeze. So can't complain about that at all. And I think that we're going to have a pretty fun and some new stuff coming next year that should be pretty exciting. So the plan right now, we're going to take just about a month off. We do have some real drivers that run with us here as well that I think might be going to the Chili Bowl. So the once the Chili Bowl in real life is over, we should be starting up that next week after. The first week is going to be January 18th. Sign-ups are now open at netcodeesports.com. You just follow the link tree there. It has the instructions on what you need to do. We do charge $16 per season. It goes back in. It helps cover all these races on the Dirt Racing Network. We've got some cool ideas for prizes to give back to drivers as well. And it'll be 8 weeks of double headers, just like you saw tonight. So 16 races. Plus some special events. I can't wait to announce. We have 2 special events planned for next year, both raising money for some cool causes, and hopefully we'll have them right here on DRN again. It's looking like it should be a pretty fun season, and yeah, hopefully we keep putting on good shows for everybody watching. Well, we really appreciate what you do, Roger. We had a couple different guys that did our broadcast this year with DRN, and we're more than happy to have DRN be the home of the Mighty Midget Series, and looking forward to having that continue next year. So yeah, I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody that supported us this year. Robert Lynn couldn't be here tonight, but he's my right-hand man with this stuff, and really wouldn't be able to do it without him. All the guys, congrats to Billy on his championship for the 23B season, and like I said, he earned this Ironman one, but I got the bragging rights on him on there. And I just want to thank the NetCode brand, netcodeshop.com. We have a lot of t-shirts and your methanol moonshine. You can get merchandise there. There is a sale going on right now through the end of the year. Alwaysraceday.com, Victory Fuel, and I think that pretty much does it. Hopefully 2024 is a good year for us. But yeah, I want to thank everybody. Happy holidays, happy new year, and we'll see you next year. Thank you, Roger.